Hello everyone, welcome. I am so happy you're here today. I wanted to talk about forgiving yourself. And this is a heavy topic, but one that is so crucial to discuss and to bring awareness to because it is integral to the healing journey. How do we forgive ourselves when we are healing from codependency, narcissistic abuse, any kind of abuse? And as we're going through our healing, we realize our role in the situation, our role in the relationship, our role in the family. And that we also now, as we're healing, we have this responsibility to stand back up for ourselves and to reclaim ourselves and to reclaim that part of ourselves that we have abandoned and bring it back in and heal our inner child, to heal ourselves. This is so important. And so if you're looking at the past and you're thinking to yourself, I can't believe I allowed myself to be treated that way. I can't believe I gave myself away. I gave myself away, whether it was sexually, physically, emotionally. I can't believe I allowed myself to be walked on and treated like crap. I can't believe it. Let all those feelings come up to be felt. Grieve them. Grieve the part of you that didn't know how to stand up for yourself. Grieve and comfort that part of you that didn't know how to, didn't know any better. And if you had known what you are now seeing, you would have done differently at that time. Give yourself a great big hug. Sometime when you are alone and have some quiet space for yourself, hug yourself and speak to yourself and say, body, I will never, ever let anyone mistreat you, violate you, hurt you again. And that goes through your mind, your spirit, your heart. Give yourself that great big hug. Give yourself that compassion, that love and nurturing. This is the beginning of, or another step in, your process of learning how to love yourself. When you realize where you were and now you have contrast to where you are now, and that you would never let that happen. It's all part of the healing process. So let's do some tapping to help us shift and clear out the grief, the sadness, the pain, and to know that you are on your way to being healthier. You are already in that process. This is just going to help solidify and clear out some of those feelings that are lingering. Okay. Follow along, tap where I tap. I'm being very general in this, so please feel free to change anything I say so that it is specific to you. Tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I didn't get the love I needed growing up, I choose to deeply and completely love myself now. Even though I'm having a hard time forgiving myself for ways I've allowed myself to be treated, I choose to deeply and completely give that love to myself now. Tapping through the points. I didn't get the love I needed growing up. No one supported me. No one protected me. I learned I had to please everybody. It wasn't okay to be me. I had to be who somebody else wanted me to be. I had to bury my pain. I had to accept blame that was unfair and unjust. I accepted punishment that was not mine. And many other forms of mistreatment and abuse. I absorbed the anger and pain from others. I carried the emotions for everybody else in the family. And I never got to feel my own. I never got to develop who I was. What I learned is how to please others. I learned that I had to be perfect in order to get love. And if I was criticized, I would only try harder. Maybe if I did better, then I would get love. Maybe if I said and did the right thing at the right time, I would be loved and included. I so desperately wanted to be loved. And so now, as an adult, I have gotten into relationships that mirror the dynamics that I had growing up. I've gotten into relationships where people mistreat me just as I was mistreated as a child. And just as I did when I was a child, I absorbed the mistreatment and abuse and disrespect. And just as I did when I was a child, I allow myself to be walked on and disrespected. And I still try to be perfect and to be better. Because maybe if I'm better, they will treat me with that love and respect that I so very much want. And I have such anger at myself for allowing myself to be mistreated. I'm at a point in my life where I look back and I see the difference. How could I have allowed myself to be treated in those ways? How could I have thought so little of myself to accept that? It saddens me greatly to see that. So I allow the sadness to come up. I allow the tears and sadness to flow. It is washing the wound that has been there for so long. This is part of the grieving and healing process. And going through this means that I am taking a step in a different direction. I am acknowledging my responsibility. I see what my responsibility was then and what it is now. And loving myself means taking full responsibility for my happiness now. I am beginning to know who I am. And this is a process that is so exciting. And I'm learning what my boundaries are and who I am. And I am learning what I will accept and what I will not accept. What I will tolerate and what I will not. And I decide to make every decision from a place of loving myself. From a place of respecting myself. Because I am worthy of love and respect. I may not have gotten it from my parents or my family. But I can give that love and respect to myself now. I have that ability and that power to give that to myself now. I will never allow myself to be mistreated again. And I am strong enough to walk away. I know that I will be okay. And I will be okay because I have myself. Because I love and respect myself. I don't need to withstand abuse in order to get just a little bit. In fact, I refuse to take any kind of disrespect in exchange for some crumbs of love. Not anymore. Because I am so much more valuable than that. I don't have to suffer to get love. I don't have to be in pain in order to get love. I don't have to work hard to get someone to respect me. No way will I ever give in to that. A new chapter of my life is unfolding in front of me. And it begins with laying down a foundation of self-love. Of respecting and loving myself. And it feels so good to come home to myself. And I give myself so much compassion. I have been through so much. And I love my inner child. And I let her know I will always stand up for her. I will always be there for her. And I give myself this unconditional love right now. Take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Give yourself a great big hug. This is a tough one. Keep moving forward on your path, and thank you so much for tapping along with me today. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.